Welcome in, beautiful soul. Your grandmother has a message for you now. Take a deep breath. Allow your intuition to call out the card or spell jar that resonates with you the most now. 1, 2, or 3. Welcome in, card 1. The spell jar you are drawn to is the love spell jar. The card you are drawn to is Mami Wata. And the question this card answers to start off your reading is, what life lesson does your grandmother want you to apply to your life at this time? And this card represents emotional vulnerability. Associated with the love spell jar, this could be allowing yourself to be more vulnerable in love or in any life situation that resonates with you the most. The guidance for this card says, hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you. Say, I have not been showing the whole me, but I am starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth, share your story, cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. The affirmation for this card is, I have the courage to be vulnerable. So the first life lesson your grandmother wants you to apply to your situation at this time is that emotional vulnerability is a superpower and not a weakness. So now, beautiful soul, let's take a look at what your grandmother wants you to discover about yourself now. Please remember, this is a general group reading. If there's anything I say that doesn't fully resonate with you, you can always choose another card or crystal or leave that information for someone else. This message is from your grandmother, whether you had a positive relationship with her or not, whether she's living or currently an ancestor. Ooh, we have the King of Pentacles. What does she want you to discover about yourself? Your power to support yourself. Your power to be securely rooted in your capability to accomplish anything meaningful to you, especially in the realm of finances. Your grandmother wants you to realize how strong, how capable you really are. How securely rooted within yourself you can be without fear, without need for anything external to prove or validate that for you. Your grandmother is telling you that true wealth, true security, true stability comes from the heart. It comes from within. It comes from being rooted and deeply trusting life and the support of the Creator. And therefore, when you know you can stand in your own power, you don't need to rely on anyone else, and you don't need to be afraid. That doesn't mean you can't bring in a partner or allow your partner to augment your life, but that you don't need them to bring you or give you what you already have within. And in fact, when you recognize that and realize that, that's when everything you desire truly manifests with ease and grace in your life. Let's take another look at this question. What does your grandmother want you to discover most about yourself at this time? We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Swords is about acting rashly, impulsively, and sometimes without thought of the consequences. Because this is in reverse, your grandmother is saying that you don't have to rush to achieve anything in life. In fact, the more impatient you are, the longer it takes. Just imagine how at times when you're rushing, it actually slows the process down. Maybe you're in a hurry to leave the house or go to work. You lose your keys, you lose your phone, you stub your toe. Everything that could go wrong goes wrong because you're in an energy of rushing and impatience. So this could be related to love. Sometimes women rush the desire to find their life partner or receive a commitment from their partner, or for their partner to achieve the goals and the dreams, like getting the house, getting the income, going on vacations, the whole 9 yards. Your grandmother is saying, take your time and enjoy every step of the journey. Rushing there or getting there faster than you are now is actually not going to fulfill you in the way that you think it will. Because once you get there, there's going to be some other life goal that you want to achieve. So your grandmother is saying, take time. Enjoy the journey and know that you have everything you need and desire within you. And the more you sit in that energy of abundance and stillness that is already there, the faster it comes to you. Let's answer this question again. What does your grandmother want you to discover about yourself at this time? Beautiful. We have the 6 of Wands. Your grandmother truly desires for you to see how successful you already are. You are a leader. You are an accomplishment. You are valued and admired by others in the world. You don't need to people please to receive the validation that you desire. All you have to do is be your authentic self. Be proud to be vulnerable, to wear your heart on your sleeve, to show your true self. Because once you do, you don't have to rush out into the world to get anything. You're rooted in that security within yourself, and all of the validation and value that you desire comes to you with ease. Now let's take a look at how will your grandmother's guidance show up in your everyday life. Oh, beautiful. And this completely matches the first card. The Ace of Cups is about your open, trusting, vulnerable, loving heart. This is about being open to new beginnings in love. And all of that starts within, with self-love, self-worth, self-compassion, the courage to be vulnerable despite past pain, knowing that no one can ever take anything away from you. So even if you might be afraid to be hurt, no one can take away your love. And so you actually are pouring more love into the world by being willing to persevere beyond fear of loving again. And remember, beautiful soul, that starts with truly loving your authentic self so that you can have the courage to be authentic and be vulnerable. Nothing to hide, no shame, no fear, no remorse, no regrets. Just moving into the world heart forward. How will your guidance from your grandmother show up in your everyday life? How will your guidance from your grandmother show up in your everyday life? Beautiful. We have the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. The 10 of Swords is about betrayal, endings, feeling defeated in life when things that we thought would last don't turn out the way we would love them to. So this reminds me of what I was just saying about how the courage to be vulnerable and open your heart to love again, despite past pain and betrayal, is something that she wants for you, because life is not worth living unless you're all in. Because honestly, beautiful soul, even if you're hurt, you're never tainted or tarnished unless you claim it. And so your grandmother is saying, don't claim betrayal. Don't claim heartbreak as a badge of honor. Be willing to give of yourself fully and completely, knowing that what you sow is what you reap. So if you want love, you have to sow love. And that beautiful soul will lead you to your King of Wands. Your divine masculine energy that you seek in the world starts within. It starts with seeing the leadership within yourself, the power within yourself, the strength, the capacity, the dynamic passion within yourself. And when you can summon all that energy from within, it must externalize without. And that beautiful soul is how your grandmother's guidance will show up in your everyday life. Now, beautiful soul, let's take a look at what fears your grandmother wants you to overcome. What fears does she want you to confront and overcome at this time? We have the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is about carrying a heavy load, a burden, baggage from the past or present. So with this card, your grandmother could be saying that it's time to let go of the fear of being too much, that someone else won't be able to handle all of you, especially the parts of you that may be baggage, the parts of you that are broken, hurt, lost, confused, the parts of you you may not even know yourself. If you are willing to be heart wide open, emotionally vulnerable without fear or shame, then you will never be too much for someone else. Your grandmother is also saying, however, that you don't have to carry the betrayal or the pain from the past like a badge of honor, because that baggage that you carry from the past, although you feel like it's protecting you, it's a wall that keeps love out as well. So let's take a deeper look at this. What fears does your grandmother want you to confront and overcome at this time? We have the Moon, which definitely reminds me of what I was just saying about hidden parts of you that may be repressed because of fear or from feeling damaged from the past. Maybe some emotions, some traumas, some memories that you don't want to revisit, but those memories, those traumas, those fears, those burdens that have been weighing on your heart throughout the years, throughout relationships, throughout heartbreak, pain, and betrayal, those linger in your subconscious mind. And anything that you don't look at, any emotions that become trapped beneath the surface, will in time externalize as some sort of mental, emotional, or physical disease, including disharmony in your relationships as well. So your grandmother is asking you to be bold and courageous enough to do the shadow work, to be willing to confront any pain of the past, be willing to challenge any baggage you're carrying, no longer carrying your story as a badge of honor. It's time to be courageous, to start again, heart wide open and vulnerable. Let's get another card for this question. What fears does your grandmother want you to confront and overcome at this time? We have the Page of Cups. I love this because this card is about being heart wide open, dreaming big, dreaming of the impossible. So if for whatever reason you thought love or anything in your life, really, I feel like this is more love themed. However, take what resonates for you, maybe big life goals or any accomplishments, financial success, whatever you want, whatever you desire. The Page of Cups is saying that you can dream big and bold. You can believe in the impossible, because once you believe it, it becomes possible. So yes, be courageous enough to love again, to start again, knowing that as you confront your fears, as you put down the story, as you lead heart wide open, authentically, courageously, and in a way that is just proud to be vulnerable, proud to be yourself, life is going to open miraculous opportunities to you in the areas of life that mean the most to you. Now let's take a deeper look at what dreams and aspirations your grandmother wants you to pursue at this time. Yes, what a perfect card. Yes, we have the Six of Swords and the Five of Cups. While not necessarily a dream, this is about leaving the past behind. This is about being ready and willing to surrender those old stories, to surrender that pain, knowing that it served you, knowing that sometimes being guarded and afraid to be vulnerable or show your authentic self is necessary at times where you don't feel safe. And now it's time to move ahead. The Five of Cups is saying it's time to allow yourself to fully grieve and let it go so that it does not drain you of your life force energy. So your grandmother is saying it's time to pursue brighter, more aligned, more fulfilling experiences based on what's possible versus what's gone wrong in the past. Let's get another card for this question. What aspirations does your grandmother want you to pursue at this time? Death and rebirth. Absolutely perfect. So fully resonates with this entire reading. It's time for a complete metamorphosis of self. To let that pain, that old story, that baggage die away so that a new, more beautiful, more authentically aligned version of who you are now can become, can be born, can blossom and bloom into this next beautiful iteration of your life in love and in any area of value to you. All right, beautiful soul. Now we are going to take a look at what strengths does your grandmother see in you that you can utilize to move forward at this time. What strengths does your grandmother want you to utilize to move forward at this time? Oh my gosh, what a beautiful card. The Magician. Your ability to manifest your wildest dream come true, just like the Page of Cups. Being able to manifest your wildest dream starts with knowing what that dream really is. And the next step is believing that it's possible for you, no matter how difficult, how impractical, how blatantly obvious it has been in the past that it hasn't happened. None of that means that it can't or won't happen for you. You have the power within yourself. If you've never heard of the law of attraction or you don't know how to manifest in your life, it's time to deepen and develop this inherent skill that we all have. You are manifesting by default every single day based on your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and behaviors in the world. And therefore, if you can do it by default without even knowing with your subconscious mind, why not develop that skill so that you can move forward towards what will fulfill you deeply? What strengths do you have that your grandmother wants you to rely on at this time? We have the Ace of Wands. Perfect. Like I said, what dream do you want to fulfill? Knowing what you want is the first step towards manifesting anything. The Ace of Wands is about inspiration and passion, and what lights you on fire that is worth pursuing, worth devoting your energy towards. What is it that you want, beautiful soul? Do you believe that it's possible? Are you inspired to move towards it? Let's get another card. What strengths? Ooh, beautiful. We have the Two of Cups and the Hangman. Perfect. Your grandmother wants you to rely on your ability to see from a new perspective about how love, deeply devoted, soulmate, heart-pumping, thrilling, passionate, devoted, committed, lifelong love is possible for you. So if you've wanted to give up hope, if you felt like it's too late or that it's not going to happen, see from a new perspective and manifest from your passion. Ooh. Such a beautiful reading for you. Lastly, we're going to take a look at what changes your grandmother wants you to be aware of at this time. What changes, opportunities are coming in? We have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords are those fears, those limiting beliefs that keep us trapped in a vicious cycle. No matter how much we would want to escape it, unless we are willing to confront our deeply repressed emotions, fears, and beliefs, we will continue to operate by default from a place of creating what we don't want, which is what most people do without knowing that they do that. So that's what's changing in your life. You are learning how to no longer manifest by default from fear and trauma, but from intention, passion, from knowing that the impossible is possible the minute you choose it. What changes are taking place in your life at this time that your grandmother wants you to be aware of? Beautiful. I love this reading so much. The Strength card is the energy that you are developing that's going to give you the tenacity to persevere beyond pain, trauma, and limiting beliefs. This card is about subduing that beast of fear that would have us trapped, limited, and stuck in our life. This is about confronting our shadows and our demons with unconditional love, compassion, and grace, knowing that's the wounded little part of us, our inner child that is seeking to be freed from the programming and the patterns of destruction and pain, because that inner child knows what's possible, like that Page of Cups, and is tired of being trapped and stuck in this mundane world when it knows that it is a magician. And so your demons, your fears, your shadows, your traumas are not something to run away or hide from or be ashamed of. But the minute you bring light to them, they turn into little lambs. What changes are happening in your life now that your grandmother wants you to be aware of? We have the Devil card. The Devil card means that along with this Eight of Swords, you are no longer going to be operating from unhealthy or toxic coping mechanisms such as codependency and people-pleasing. That behavior comes from a need for validation, external validation of your light that should be recognized from you from within. That gives you the courage to be authentic, to be vulnerable, to not fear looking at your pain and even sharing it and overcoming it, knowing that those things make you so beautiful. They've given you the strength and the resilience and the tenacity that you have now. And now you can release them and let them go. You can shift into a new identity of unconditional love, compassion, grace, devoted love, deeply devoted, healthy, authentic, aligned partnerships in life. All right, my beautiful soul, what a profound and significant reading. I do hope this message from your grandmother resonated with you and gave you some peace and clarity about your situation at this time. If you resonate and you want to claim this message for yourself, comment a butterfly emoji down below and like this video now. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe as we release new readings every week you don't want to miss. And in the event you would like a personal reading for yourself, the link is available in the description box below to book that at any time. Until the next time I get to read for you, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Welcome in card number 2. You were drawn to the Luck and Abundance spell jar, as well as the card Mojaji, Manifestation. This card says that showers of blessings are yours. You are a rainmaker, master manifester, shapeshifter, alchemist, and sorceress. Open your hands and heart. Yes, make it rain. You are manifesting big. This has been a long time coming, and you are co-creating with spirit. Match the energetic frequency, the ashe of your desire. You are magnetic, and like attracts like. Raise your vibration to align with the sacred. Close your eyes and see your blessings. Feel them in your bones. Ask, believe, act, allow, receive. The affirmation for this card is divine blessings flow to me so easily. What a beautiful and powerful way to start this reading. So this initial card answers the question, what life lessons does your grandmother want you to put in practice and apply to your life at this time? So she is telling you, you are a powerful, divine master manifester, and the desires of your heart are raining upon you at this time. So put into practice feeling the reality of what it is that you desire to manifest in your life right now, as if it is already happening. Your grandmother knows you have this capacity within you to root deep into faith and push aside all fear so that you can manifest your wildest dreams here in this lifetime. So let's move forward, beautiful soul, and answer the question now. What does your grandmother want you to discover about yourself right now? We have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is about walking a middle path, not being too excited about the future, but not being pessimistic or negative about the past and what the past might be preventing you from doing, being addicted to that old story of it's never going to work out because it hasn't worked out now. This is just being still, steady, peaceful, knowing that everything you want and need is already within you because you are a spark of the divine. And once you rest and see in that center and that power of knowing, everything that you desire flows to you so easily, just like the affirmation on this card. What does your grandmother want you to discover most about yourself at this time? Beautiful. We have the Page of Wands and the Seven of Wands. The Page of Wands means that she wants you to allow your curiosity and your passion and your sense of adventure and what's possible to pull you forward versus any sense of the impractical or that's too hard or that won't work out. Whatever you are passionate about is possible. So the Seven of Wands is about discovering that sense of self-worth, self-knowingness, self-assuredness that what you want is already done. And all you have to do, therefore, is protect your light from getting infected by inner thoughts that would try and make you doubt and believe that that's not possible, or even outer expectations or challenges to what you want in your life. You have to tune out all internal and external noise that would dim your light and your shine and your capacity to manifest your wildest dreams on earth at this time. And just as a confirmation, you have the Magician on the bottom of the deck. So now let's move forward and answer the question, how does your grandmother want you to seek her guidance in your everyday life? We have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. I'm pretty sure this was the first card here in the first reading. But she wants you to tune into your open, loving heart, expecting the best and not closing down your walls from fear, from any negativity that may cloud your desire or your ability to shine so brightly. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Be courageous and allow your love, your light, your open, willing heart, wearing your heart on your sleeve, heart forward into the world without fear, because your love can never be tainted and it can never be taken from you. So therefore, it is best to just live heart wide open. That's how she wants you to seek her guidance. Let's get another card for this question. We have the Page of Pentacles. So you have another page here, which is about being a student of life, being curious about the possibilities and learning what's new, expecting that new opportunities are coming into your life. So that's how she wants you to seek her guidance, is to pursue new opportunities, new jobs, new relationships, new locations, anything that would be most fulfilling and rewarding. Lead with your heart, expecting the best. Expecting it to happen easily and gracefully for you. And the Magician is still on the bottom of the deck, even after all this shuffling. Let's get another card. How does your grandmother want you to seek her guidance in your everyday life? The Ace of Wands. Beautiful. So just like the Ace of Cups, these are cards about being a student, being someone willing to learn more and start over and create new beginnings and new possibilities in your life. So here with the Ace of Wands, she wants you to be inspired. She wants you to be motivated to pursue your passion and your adventure. So your grandmother, whether she's living here on earth right now or she's passed over as your ancestor watching over you, she is going to motivate you and inspire you and send you signs. The more you pursue what you are passionate about, the more you trust yourself, the more courageous that you are, and the more you let your guard down and you allow yourself to be loving and vulnerable, that's when she's going to show up most in your life, and her guidance is going to appear and push you forward with certain signs and synchronicities, letting you know that you are indeed on the right path. And the Magician is still on the bottom of the deck. So this is obviously our anchor card, and it clearly matches the frequency of manifestation as well as the luck and abundance spell jar that you were drawn to. And even the colors in this card match this energy here. All right, beautiful soul. Now we're going to ask the question, what fears does your grandmother want you to confront and overcome at this time? Oh, wow. We have the Tower. The Tower means that something recently in the past or maybe presently is being torn down and destroyed. This is the energy of the dark night of the soul, where the status quo of our lives is removed on our behalf because we've been stagnant for too long. So this can take the shape of divorces, foreclosures, losses of all kinds, like a job or anything where you felt that maybe you'd have this thing, this person, this situation, this job, this path, this house for the rest of your life, but it just didn't work out like that. And you are maybe freaking out because your sense of control or identity has been destroyed and upended. However, the silver lining with the Tower moment is that it removes what is no longer serving you so that you can find your new sense of identity based on a sense of inner self-worth, passion, and fulfillment that isn't motivated by anything external, deeply rooted within your passion and your heart. So your grandmother is saying, do not fear the shifts and the changes, no matter how chaotic or destructive, overwhelming they may be in the past, present, or future, because those shifts are exactly what you need to propel you to where you are supposed to be. Let's get another card for this question. How does your grandmother want you to confront and overcome your fears at this time? We have the Lovers card. This may suggest that this Tower moment could have been the loss of a relationship, the loss of a person deeply valued to you, or a divorce, or anything along those lines. So this just clarifies what I just said, that if you are in the process of grieving the loss of someone, just know that that person served your evolution. They served you at the time that you met them and during the course of the relationship. And even though it's over, Despite how it ended, it's not a failure. No ended relationship is a failure. It's just a transition, because that person gave you everything you needed and even probably wanted during that time, whether you know it or not. And even the challenges of letting them go are just showing you that you are ripe for bigger and better things. So it's time to see the silver lining in this relationship and allow yourself to grieve it and move forward, because something way much better, way more aligned is waiting for you on the other side of that. What fear does your grandmother want you to confront and overcome at this time? The Four of Pentacles is related to holding on to people, places, and things, sometimes past the point of expiration for fear or greed, or feeling that they bring us security when maybe they don't. So again, something, maybe a particular person, relationship that you were holding on to is now being forcefully taken from you, but it's going to serve your highest and best good. It's going to lead to your wildest dreams come true. So in the end, it's nothing to worry about. That's what your grandmother is saying. Let's see now, what does your grandmother want you to pursue as far as dreams or aspirations at this time? Haha. Perfect. We have the Fool, and the Fool is, you know, after a dark night of the soul tower moment when everything is taken away from you, it's time to take a leap of faith into the river of adventure and pursue something based on the purity of your open, loving heart. Knowing with faith that life, the universe, God, your creator, source, your higher self, all the above, the angels, everyone is there waiting to catch you. Just take the first step, take the leap, and you will see that you are given wings to fly. All right, beautiful soul. What dreams or aspirations does your grandmother want you to pursue at this time? We have the Hermit, and the Hermit represents a time of deep introspection and soul searching. So if you have indeed been left on your own through the loss of a relationship, maybe someone you expected to be with for a very long time, just know that this is going to allow you to find your real self, your authentic self, someone who's not a people pleaser or codependent, not giving away pieces and bits of yourself for someone just to have a little bit of validation that you are loved, because all of that love, all of that inherent worth and beauty shines bright from within you, just like this card here. So in the darkest and worst of times, that is when you are confronted with your deep inner self, so that therefore the truth of your being will shine brightly and be manifested in the world as your most authentic, radiantly aligned, passionately fulfilled self. All right, let's get another card for this question. What dreams or aspirations does your grandmother want you to pursue at this time? We have the High Priestess. This is about listening to the voice of your soul, your higher self, who shines brightly from within. So your grandmother wants you to pursue this inner knowingness, not needing external validation. All of your truth is going to come from within you. Follow your instincts and your gut. Know that you will know which path to take as soon as you take the first step of faith. Now let's take a look at how your grandmother suggests that you strengthen your intuition. We have the Ten of Swords. Now, this is about experiencing endings, losses, betrayals, backstabs, situations like the above tower that you thought would be forever, but ultimately disappointed you deeply. And so in order to deepen and trust your intuition, your grandmother is saying that you are going to need to see how this person, this situation served your evolution and served your well-being, and not see yourself as a victim of fate or circumstances or someone who is destitute or you know, destined to failure in love or life overall. That's not the case at all. But this situation is designed to further refine and clarify your ultimate desires and passions to help you move forward. And the more you do that, the more deeply you will be connected with your inner self, and your inner truth and your inner voice will shine brightly. How does your grandmother suggest strengthening your intuition at this time? We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Amazing. So the first thing I have to say about these two cards is that your grandmother wants you to know how much more powerful and capable you are than you might be giving yourself credit for. Because of this loss, you may be in a situation personally, financially, professionally, or in any which way where you feel like you can't cope, it's too hard, what's going wrong, you're out of control. But you actually are in the right place at the right time and on the right path, as crazy as that might sound. You might know that, but I'm having the feeling here that it's news to you. The Queen of Swords is about seeing your situation from a more logical and detached perspective, not allowing emotions to cloud your judgment or your better nature. So don't get too nostalgic on that person, place, or thing that hurt you or betrayed you or that you now have to leave behind. Don't get too emotional about that circumstance, because if you are able to see the silver lining here, if you ultimately, as they say, hindsight is 20/20, so it's really hard to understand how a painful challenge will be an ultimate blessing later on. But the more you just maybe try and accept that that could be true, the more your intuition, your inner truth will shine. Queen of Pentacles is about being rooted deeply in your own security, knowing that you are deeply provided for, you are abundant already. So you have nothing to worry about, even if you don't know how you're going to pay your bills, even if you lost a house, even if you lost a family. No matter what it is, you can never lose anything, just like I said with that Ace of Cups, because you are love. You are a spark of the divine. You are inherently worthy despite all obstacles, challenges, or appearances to the opposite. So the more you lean into that knowingness, the more your intuition will shine brightly for you. Now, beautiful soul, we're going to ask one more question. And we're going to take a look at what your grandmother wants you to expect as far as changes or progress happening in your life. Now, the Six of Wands is so beautiful. This is about being seen and valued as a leader, as a success. So remember what I just said here. You are more successful. You are more well off than you might be giving yourself credit at this time. But soon you will be recognized and valued for that love, for that light, for that authenticity that shines so brightly from the courageousness to be vulnerable. And that will attract your right person, your right place, your right circumstance. As you sit into your own recognition of your value, that will be outpictured. You will attract, as this manifestation card says, right people, right places, right things, the more you lean in and trust your inherent value. Let's get another card for this question. What does your grandmother want you to expect as far as progress? We have the Devil card. I am getting the sense that this is what you're leaving behind, whether that's unhealthy, toxic coping mechanisms, people, places, or things, selfish people, narcissistic people, or even you being a people pleaser or a codependent, or maybe staying in situations past their expiration point for fear of exploring the unknown. So let's take a deeper look. What progress does your grandmother want you to expect at this time? What changes might be on the horizon? Clarify the Devil energy. What changes are on the horizon for you personally? Wow, the Strength card. Amazing. So if you have had difficulty overcoming a narcissistic or abusive relationship, or even unhealthy behaviors that you might have that you know that you need to shift and change, that is what is going to happen for you now. You are going to have the strength to continue to persevere beyond challenges, beyond obstacles, knowing how powerful and radiantly divine you already are, despite how it looks on the outside. And once you are able to tackle those inner demons, because the strength card is about subduing a beast, a lion of fear, of lust, of lower vibrational operating coping mechanisms because of fear. Literally, strength card is about overcoming fear, looking fear in the face, and then using that lower energy to fuel your higher vibrational dreams and aspirations in the world through transmutation of them. Wow, what a beautiful and powerful reading for you. I do hope you resonate. I hope this gave you a sense of peace and clarity about what's changing, what's manifesting for you in life at this time. If you resonate and you want to claim this message for yourself, comment a lion emoji down below and like this video now. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe as we release new readings every week you don't want to miss. And in the event you would like a deeper personal reading for yourself, there's a link available in the description box below to book that at any time. Until the next time I get to read for you, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Welcome in card number 3. You were drawn to the Devotion Spell Jar, as well as the card Queen Ya Asante Wa, Level Up. The message for this card says, raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for your tribe. Your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet. Time to level up. This is your season for a quantum leap. You have prepared for this. Life does not have to be linear, and neither does growth. A quantum leap feels drastic and huge, but the secret is that a quantum leap happens little by little. So what inspired action helps you level up? What inspired action helps you level up? Connecting to spirit with rituals, movement, meditation, and visualization is a great start. The affirmation on this card says, divine timing is on my side. So this answers the question, what overall life lesson does your grandmother want to put into practice in your life at this time? And this is the ability to raise your standards, raise your frequency, and understand that this is your time to move forward based on the progress that you have been making underneath the surface little by little, knowing that divine timing is on your side. So whatever has been delayed in your progress or the manifestation of your dreams is now being removed. And so it's time to exercise faith and momentum at this time. So now we're going to take a deeper look and see, what does your grandmother want you to discover about yourself at this time? What does your grandmother want you to discover about yourself at this time? We have the 10 of Swords, and this is about endings, losses, and betrayals. A person, place, or thing, an identity, a life path that we thought we would continue on has now been ended in a way that feels so disappointing and even detrimental. And that's why this initial card is about raising your standards and rising above, because whatever situation this is, particularly if it's a person that you felt deeply for that manipulated you or abused you or harmed you in some way, that in some aspect is attracted to you because of some insecurity or fear or limiting belief within. And therefore, an opportunity for you and even your family, your children, if you have children, or your community around you, an opportunity for everyone around you to level up is for you to raise your standards as well, not even allowing that energy to come to you, to be open to it, to be so readily available to seeing the red flags before they come, because you know your standards so well that you will know when something may appear to be good but isn't in your greatest interest. So let's take a deeper look at this and see, what does she want you to discover about yourself? What does your grandmother want you to discover about yourself now? We have the Magician. And this is your ability to manifest your wildest dreams, no matter how impossible or improbable they may seem. So I know that when you face a deep loss in life, especially the more traumatic it is, that can create a wall or a guard, a fear, a limiting belief of ever trying again, especially in love, because we fear that if we give ourselves away the way we did before, that we will open ourselves to hurt. But the Magician knows that everything you want is already within. So the love that you're looking for, the validation that you're looking for, the fulfillment that you're looking for from any person, place, or thing in your life starts within, is rooted deeply within. And you can't seek that externally before you deeply know it within, because you will be disappointed every single time. And that's why this energy is saying it's time to raise your standards. It's time to level up. It's time to know deeply within how powerful you are, and that you attract everything into your life by default if you're not doing it intentionally or consciously, whether we know that or not. And oftentimes people say, why would I attract this situation into my life? Why would I bring harm into my life? And the fact is, you wouldn't. You wouldn't if you knew that that's what you were doing. But fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, thoughts, feelings, actions, these all are magnets to what we experience on a daily basis. Reality is simply a mirror of your inner being. And therefore, if there's anything on the external that does not feel in alignment or is not what you want, the first place to look is inside yourself and ask yourself, how did I attract this to myself? What is this showing me or teaching me about something that I may be thinking and feeling consistently enough that it became my experience? And let's get one more card for this question. What does your grandmother want you to discover about yourself at this time? We have the Hangman. The Hangman is about seeing your situation from a different point of view. Seeing the silver lining in the clouds, seeing the opportunities within the obstacles. Remember that on the other side of a problem is the solution. They go hand in hand. And the only shift or change that needs to happen is your perspective. Not seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance or fate. Never saying, woe is me, but what is this teaching me? That's what your grandmother wants you to discover at this time. Now let's answer the question, how will your grandmother's guidance show up in your everyday life? Wow, amazing. We have the Death and Rebirth card, which I feel is the process you're going through at this time. This is about understanding that situations that feel painful, challenging, or even like they could kill us are actually opportunities to find what has value and meaning for us in our lives, to live more truthful and authentic lives. So this card is about metamorphosis, knowing that within the cocoon where the caterpillar, your old life, your old path, the old relationship, the old identity, the old job, whatever, within that cocoon, the caterpillar is literally dissolving away into a puddle of goo, leaving only the spark, the essence of life behind, and is going to be completely regenerated into something new, something more beautiful, something more free and aligned. How will your grandmother's guidance show up in your everyday life? We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And this is about lack of reciprocity, over-giving, people-pleasing, giving of yourself, giving pieces of yourself away, just so that you can be liked, loved, or validated. And your grandmother's saying no more. This is happening no more. And so part of her energy is influencing this time for you to level up so that you will no longer be a victim of life or circumstance, but that you will rise into your divine sovereignty and your ability to manifest, to create internal love, internal well-being, internal wealth that must externalize as reciprocity. And people, places, and things giving to you what your value truly is. But that starts within, because if you don't value yourself, you will not be valued externally. How will your grandmother's guidance show up in your everyday life? We have the Page of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is this deep insecurity that you may be feeling, especially if you've experienced betrayal and loss and love. But what I want you to know, what your grandmother wants you to know, is that you are never without love. Love comes from within. You are a spark of the divine. You are a child of God, and therefore you are love in essence. That is the essence that is in the puddle of goo that you might be experiencing and feeling yourself to be now. So the Page of Swords is about being curious to learn something new. So again, instead of saying, woe is me, say, what is this teaching me? Because every opportunity is a lesson and a blessing to be more authentic and to live more aligned and fulfilling lives, not accepting less than the best. We have on the bottom of the deck the Strength card, which I feel is your overall anchor card because it continues to stay in this position, which means that this is what you are working towards, summoning up the courage to overcome those dark and depressing thoughts and feelings, those fears or worries that you won't be able to overcome this, or you won't achieve better, or you will never be treated in the way that you deserve. Looking those fears, those shadows, those traumas in the face, knowing that you have the power to rise above and overcome them. And as you do, you see them as the little lambs that they are. And with that, let's go ahead and take a deeper look at what fears your grandmother wants you to confront and overcome at this time. We have the Moon. The Moon is about what's hidden beneath the surface. This can be secrets people keep from us, or even feelings that we wish we could just suppress, run away, hide from forever. But you have to know that, like I suggested with the Strength card, those darker aspects of yourself that you want to hide away due to guilt or shame or fear or what have you, those things will externalize in your reality if they are not looked at and dealt with. As they say, you have to feel it to heal it. So don't be afraid of how overwhelming your feelings may be at this time, because they will be the fuel, the catalyst for you to deeply understand what you need and what's next for you at this time. What fears does your grandmother want you to confront and overcome at this time? We have the Emperor. The Emperor, let me clarify. Clarify the Emperor as a fear. Okay, that's what I figured. We have the Three of Pentacles. So I am seeing this as a man, a husband, a spouse, a partner, and a family. And so this could mean that the fear of loss of your husband, your spouse, your partner, and or your family due to this betrayal has been completely overwhelming. I'm getting like, if you're resonating with this reading, then it could feel like destitution. But just know that, again, back to this level up card, this is an opportunity for you to raise your standards for your children if you have them, for your future children if you will have them. and for everything that you are building for yourself, for your tribe, for your community, your family, and the world at large overall. Because the more you raise your standards, like this card said, you raise your frequency and you shift the vibration of the whole world. It is very simple and very true. So the fears that you may have about losing a divine masculine in your life, or even manifesting one, your perfect right partner and soulmate, and the family that you may want, surrender all those fears. Because as you raise your standards, as you level up, as you know your worth, remember what I said, as you deeply know and honor your own value, it must be externalized, but you can't seek it on the without first. You can't seek it from people, places, or things before you know it and feel it and are rooted with it within. Now we're going to take a look at what dreams or aspirations your grandmother wants you to pursue at this time. We have the Three of Wands. I love this. So the Three of Wands is about being ready and willing to go on a new adventure and actually waiting for your next great manifestation in life, knowing with faith that something more passionate, more fulfilling, more adventurous is on the horizon for you. So not looking back towards the past, not looking back to the betrayal and the pain that's gone, but towards the bright future that's ahead of you the moment you lean into it, accept it. What dreams or aspirations does your grandmother want you to fulfill at this time? Amazing. We have the Knight of Wands, which is further confirmation about allowing your passion to propel you forward. What do you want? What is your wildest dream in love and in life overall? You have the opportunity to fulfill it if you trust that, if you level up, if you raise your standards and know how worthy and qualified you are for anything. And the Four of Wands is about that community, that tribe that you want, that celebration of love, that marriage, that ceremony, that upliftment of soul and feeling aligned with the people around us. That's what she wants you to fulfill. And you have the opportunity to do it. Remember, just see the pain, the betrayal for what it was, which is an opportunity to refine and have clarity for what you deserve, and allow that to move you forward towards receiving it. Now let's see, how does your grandmother want you to strengthen your intuition so that you can live more in alignment with your destiny, with your dreams, your goals, your passion? How does your grandmother want you to develop your intuition for alignment at this time? We have the Ace of Wands, further confirmation. This is about being inspired, having a new idea, a new vision of what's possible, no matter how impractical or how fearful, how terrifying it may seem to move in that new direction. Let your sense of adventure, passion, fun, excitement, and your wildest dream propel you forward. How can you strengthen your intuition at this time? We have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is the community, the family, the harmony, the fulfillment and love that you deeply desire. And so this just confirms the above question. Continue to allow your desire, your burning desire for a fulfilling family, community, home, spouse, love, whatever it is, environment that you desire to be yours. The minute you raise your standards, you raise it for your whole tribe, and therefore you must manifest deeply what you desire without fail. How does your grandmother want you to develop your intuition to be in alignment with your dreams? We have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is about accepting the loss, accepting the heartbreak that has come. Let me get a further clarifier. How can you accept this betrayal, this pain, this heartbreak, this grief, and this loss to move forward towards your wildest dreams in love and in life? Developing your intuition so that you can trust your path more clearly. The Strength card. I told you this is your overall anchor card, and there it is. So continue to overcome the fear of heartbreak, the fear, the pain that this ingrained in your cells, and see it as the little lamb that it is. Because if you can see the situation as a lesson and a blessing, you will know, hindsight is 2020, you will know how it served you, beautiful soul. And you will be free once you surrender that pain and that sense of wanting to be a victim or holding on to the story that we were wronged. You will be free to move on towards the fulfillment of your wildest dream in love and family. And lastly, beautiful soul, we're going to take a look at what progress or changes your grandmother is telling you to expect. We have the Eight of Cups, which is perfect. This is about walking away from anything we've built up that no longer serves, because we're going on a path of rediscovery to find out what is valuable, fulfilling, meaningful for us at this time. You are rising above what has been and moving towards what you deserve. And the Devil is on the bottom of the deck, so that is what you are leaving behind. What progress, shifts, changes does your grandmother want you to expect at this time? We have the Empress. I love this. This is you rising up into your Empress energy, which is always what I say is necessary before you can meet your Emperor. Before you can have someone in your life that values you, you have to value yourself. You have to know how beautiful, how worthy, how creative, how abundant you are within your very essence. No one can take that from you. You can't even go out and earn it. It's there already. But if you don't see that, no one else will. So that what is changing in your life at this time, having the strength to develop your own inherent worthiness so no one can take it from you despite the challenges that happened in your life. What shifts or changes are happening at this time that your grandmother wants you to be aware of? We have the Knight of Pentacles. This is about the time, the patience, the perseverance that it takes to move towards whatever it is that we want to build, our dreams and our manifestations in life. And I'm also seeing this as a divine right partnership that will unfold in time as you continue to do this healing work and completely heal and grieve the loss of this connection, and allow yourself to empower yourself, knowing how worthy and abundant and beautiful you already are. And as that unfolds, as you walk that walk of love for yourself, your next right manifestation, your next right perfect partnership, or whatever it is you deeply desire in your life, even if you already have a partnership and you want to deepen and develop it, even if this betrayal is something that you want to forgive, whatever the case may be, beautiful soul, you are rising up and above into this next great iteration of yourself. All right, beautiful soul, I do hope this reading resonated for you, that it gave you a sense of peace and clarity regarding what's going on in your life and some inspiration from your grandmother. If you resonate and you want to claim this message for yourself, comment a fire emoji down below and like this video now. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe as we release new readings every week you don't want to miss. And in the event you would like a deeper personal reading for yourself, the link is available in the description box below to book that at any time. Until the next time I get to read for you, I'm sending you so much peace and love.